I'm Soledad O'Brien. Welcome to Matter of Fact. America is tightening its borders against illegal and legal immigration. The Supreme Court handed President Trump a victory when it upheld his third go at a travel ban against immigrants coming from North Korea, Syria, Iran, Yemen, Libya, Somalia, and Venezuela. And the government is scrambling to reunite thousands of immigrant children separated from their parents at the U.S.-Mexico border. As these scenarios play out, it would be easy to assume that America's always had tough immigration laws. Catherine Benton Cohen is a professor of history at Georgetown University, also the author of Inventing the Immigration Problem. It's so nice to have you.
Thank you for having me.
So to hear the ratcheted up rhetoric around immigration today, you would think that we are just completely off the charts in terms of percentages of immigrants coming to this country historically for the United States. Walk me through kind of the story of immigration in this country.
Well, I'll walk you through the story of immigration laws and restrictions, which basically didn't exist until the late 19th century, right? We had largely an open immigration policy because we had a giant nation that was expanding that needed people, right? And it wasn't until the late 19th century that we really had any kind of laws to speak of, federal laws regulating immigration.
Why did the federal laws begin? Was there an influx of people that was just too much to handle?
So it's not until really 1882 that we get the first robust, not by today's standards, but incremental laws toward creating even a rudimentary architecture of federal immigration enforcement. So those first laws, the most famous/infamous one is the Chinese Exclusion Act, which is a product of really, really vicious anti-Chinese mobilizing and racism that comes out of grassroots lobbying in California. And along with that is another law that creates for the first time a Federal Bureau of Immigration.
And so were those laws passed because the number of immigrants was becoming problematic, or were they passed because there was a high racial component and a lot of that fear about sort of other people coming in and suddenly displacing the people who felt like they belonged there? Which was it, or was it both?
It's a great question. So two things are necessary. There has to be an animus against immigration, which is often fueled by large numbers, though not always. And there has to be a belief that it's the federal government's job to enforce immigration laws. You have to have both of those to produce immigration legislation, really, of any kind. What's interesting about the 1882 laws is that numbers are just starting to go up. So the group that the Dillingham Commission, the subject of my new book, actually labeled new immigrants. New immigrants were those from Eastern and Southern Europe, basically, right? The Italians, the Jews, the Slavs, the Greeks, right, who were just starting to come in large numbers starting in about 1881-82. And in fact, the Dillingham Commission said, we're concerned about these new immigrants because we think they're the least assimilable.
So they thought that Italians and Jews would never assimilate into American culture back in the 1920s.
They thought the numbers were too high for those folks to assimilate. Many of them said, look, we don't think these folks are actually racially inferior. There were lots of people who said that. They said, we just think there's way too many of them, and we can't assimilate them fast enough.
Did the reasons people were coming, are they significantly different than the reasons people come today?
No, of course, they're very, very similar. They were coming for economic reasons, to improve their lives. If you look at the lives of Southern Italian men, right, from Sicily, who would travel alone and come work in mines or factories or as common laborers and send their money home to these little villages in Italy, it was almost exactly like what you hear about Mexican migrants who travel alone today. They were also fleeing religious persecution and violence in the case of Eastern European Jews, who tended to come as families, whereas these other groups often came just as single male laborers. So the reasons were very similar.
Catherine Benton Cohen, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.
Thank you.